The new Game of Thrones announced spin-off, Knights of the Seven Kingdoms, The Hedge Knight, has been casted. Well, specifically, two characters, the two main characters have been casted. This is a story that is going to follow the George R. R. Martin's Dunk and Egg, meaning Duncan and Aegon.
Yeah.
It's about a knight
Of course.
and a squire. So we've got a casting, okay, for these two characters. So Duncan is famously called Duncan the Tall. Am I correct, Wyatt?
I believe so. I haven't actually read the book.
Duncan the Tall, he's the knight, and then you have Egg, who's a little Targaryen boy, and he's the squire. So it looks like they have Peter Claffey, and then you have Dexter Soul Ansel. All right. Do you guys want to hear a quick synopsis? A century before Game of Thrones, Sir Duncan the Tall and his squire Egg wandered through Westeros while the Targaryen dynasty ruled the Iron Throne and dragons were still remembered. Great dynasties and enemies await the incomparable friends. Yeah, because one's tall and one's real little.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So exactly. So these are the two this is the little guy Dexter who's going to be playing Egg. And it looks like he might. What has he been in? He was in Hunger Games: The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
Okay,
he's young Corleanus. All right, but he doesn't. He's pretty young, so he doesn't have a ton of work. Well, he's got quite a bit of work under his belt. His little small belt. It's really interesting that they're casting such a young. I know the character's supposed to be so young. Am I right?
I think so.
But
he's supposed to be pretty young.
They are casting pretty little.
Yeah.
This fella is little.
September 2014 is his birthday. He's a young guy.
Young. It's kind of, it's kind of,
2014.
I don't know how to describe it, but talking about a little kid and Game of Thrones just doesn't seem like they should be in the same.
Yeah, it's kind of scary, isn't it?
Well, they had a bunch of little kids at the beginning of Game of Thrones. Season 1 of Game of Thrones, that for sure is like the most raunchy Game of Thrones. Season 1, right?
But even in House of Dragons, little kids were stabbing each other in the eye.
Right.
That's true.
What do you guys think so far? You see these actors.
This is good casting.
You think so?
Yeah.
Casting.
Yeah.
This is a picture of Peter Claffey.
I looked at his IMDb. He not mostly just I think like 2 or 3 BBC shows. I hope he's tall.
He's got to be tall.
I hope he's tall.
That's the whole point of casting someone like him, right?
From what I thought, I always figured Duncan big as well. Big and tall.
Big and tall. All right, so Peter Claffey, if you just do a Google search, Peter Claffey is 6'4".
Okay, that's good.
That's tall.
And it says apparently he weighs around 262 pounds.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Pretty big guy.
That's a big guy.
Yeah.
Oh, here's an article. Here's an article.
Guy.
Wait a second. What is this video?
This is Peter Claffey preparing
is this
for
gonna get
Duncan
demonetized?
Egg. No, this is a YouTube video.
Yeah,
Okay.
We're good.
Maybe. Basically, this is like an article saying that he's putting on pounds and working out and whatnot to play. It looks like the Game of Thrones prequel show. Okay.
I just saw him in his undies.
Maybe it's from one of his BBC shows. I don't know.
Pretty wild.
What? I found an article that talks about his weight.
Wait,
and size.
that's more wild than being in Game of Thrones.
I mean, he may be fully naked. We don't know with Game of Thrones. But he looked pretty big. He looks like a pretty big dude.
6'4"?
So, yeah, 6'4".
Compared to a little small guy?
Little tiny little guy. Big.
Yeah.
I do like the duo. It's a pretty common trope kind of trend. You can look it up in the trend if you look at movie tropes. You got big guy, little guy. There's always it's like Home Alone.
Or what's the
Harry and Marv? Yeah. The
twin movie.
Twin,
Abbott and Costello.
Arnold Twins.
Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
Yeah, that's twins. What's the twin movie?
I didn't know it was called Twins.
But yeah, you're right. Danny DeVito, Arnold Schwarzenegger, big guy, little guy. It's a fun storytelling device.
It is, and I think if Game of Thrones keeps going down this road they're on a pretty good road right now. It looks like House of the Dragon season 2 is going to be off the chain.
I'll respect this as long as you don't give me any more birth scenes. I can't handle them. I don't want them. No more birth scenes. No more.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're probably going to come across a town, and Sir Duncan the Tall is going to have to deliver a baby because there's no one else to deliver the child.
What is this a map of behind this video?
Westeros.
Is it?
Westeros and Essos.
Okay, it's a big map.
Big map. Westeros and Essos.
Gotcha. I'm looking forward to this one. I know a lot of people enjoy the book. I might wait for the show. I might read the book. We'll see. I don't know.
Let us know what you guys are planning on doing. And if you want more movie news like this or just ridiculous commentary about twins.
The movie.
Consider supporting us on Patreon. Links in the description. Or here on YouTube, you could join as channel members, and it's only $3.99 a month. You get perks like early podcasts, exclusive videos, as well as your names in the credits of videos. So isn't that freaking cool? Consider joining us and subscribing to the channel, liking this video. We'll see you next time.